decommissioned. So turn everything off, press the power button, and that's it. Bye bye. Great promises, but sadly mate, you're just too young to deliver on the goods. Maybe in a future life you'll come back all singing, all dancing, and being able to do what you say on the tin. Bye. Well, there you go. It's not the neatest of installations, but it's a work in progress. Tomorrow I'm going to pull through the other cables and put some 3-pin plugs on the end of those blue cables there, so we can at least use the AC. But yeah, so far that's working fine. Everything's running okay off that one connector. What this little example does prove is the big old question of, can you run your camper van entirely off a power bank? With the right power bank, yes you can. So it's crucial that it has that high power outlet, because otherwise it would be probably nowhere near enough powerful. So my fridge and freezer are running, I've got lights on, certainly loads of lights inside, things on charge, and it says right now that it's 84% left, with 18 hours of runtime. And as soon as the fridge and freezer and everything kick off, it says something like 59 hours of runtime. So hopefully once I've got everything dismantled, the annoying thing is that I've got to dismantle everything and I'm leaving behind holes. So my brand new bathroom wall that has only just been covered in vinyl wrap has now got all the holes bearing in it and that, which is really annoying. But c'est la vie. So yeah, lesson learned there, John. Trust what you know, don't step out of your comfort zone too often. But gadgets, you see, gadgets, I do like gadgets. And I know someone's sniggering in the background now.
Nerd. I don't like change, but this isn't my change.
No.
This is your change.
But it is a good prime example of sometimes change is not good.
No. I don't like change anyway.
Yeah.
So it's never good.
Never good. Anyway, so onwards and upwards, and new electrical systems, and still haven't built a cupboard, although Mandy has built, while I've been decommissioning an electrical system, Mandy has built her second cupboard for a van. So you should go and watch Mandy's channel, Unadventurous Mandy, and she will tell you all about her cupboard building skills and pocket hole skills and stuff like that. This is funny. It's crap as well. But I thought that the tone of the channel had been really crap lately because it's just freaking doom and gloom. So I'm finding humour in the not so funny. And that is, I've got to take my toilet out again, and I've got to take all the walls out again. Yay! Yeah, let's get these freaking cables out. I can put it back together. And you know what? I'm going to do it with an eye to finishing it properly. So I'm going to finish off all the bottom bit that I keep talking about. Oh yeah, I'm going to box that in. I'm going to finish that off. I'll probably not box it in just yet, but I will wrap it in the bubble wrap stuff. It's not Celotex, what's it called? My brain's blank lately. You know, the insulation, bubble wrap, silver insulation stuff, whatever it's called. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it in that, so all that's done. And I'm going to put the outlet to the back as well, the heater outlet for the back. Now I know what batteries that I've got coming, the Renogy batteries, the dimensions and everything like that, so I can sort all that out. Right then folks, it's been a few days, and yeah, a few swear words, there's a few bit of the vinyl I've got to remake. Things didn't come apart in the van as I would hoped. Things like the bathroom, or toilet anyway, sort of trying to get the back wall out and the side wall out and the tambour door and everything's just been a nightmare. I've not filmed any of it. Got the offending cable out, so as I did the other day with all the other cables, I've been over the cable, I've checked it, everything feels alright. I'm just doing it here now just to prove it, I guess, but I've done it 2 or 3 times. As I was pulling it through, I was making sure there wasn't any burn marks on the floor anywhere. I can feel all the braidings nice and flexible still, so there's no issues with that. so obviously just was that one join in the cable, and you know, that's been identified and that's been sort of dealt with now. I can pull the braid all the way back now because I've got to the end. We'll put cable gate saga down to window gate and all the other van build stuff. I need to put my van back together now, and then as soon as that's back together, I'm gonna go and build those cupboards. As you can see, we're in the middle of building cupboards and all that kind of stuff at the moment. So yeah, get my cupboards built for storage, and then basically just yeah, get down to the NEC. Have a nice week off from building vans. Hopefully, if you're going to be down there, I'll chat to you, and we can have a, you know, meet and greet at the My Rider stall as well, Thursday, Friday and Saturday between 11 AM and 1 PM. So I'll definitely be there during those times, and the rest of the time I shall be wandering around with my camera. Oh yeah, what did you think about the new camera as well? So this video and the previous one was all shot on a new camera, so let me know what you think of the new camera. Is it good quality or whatever? It's going to nip back a few days actually to talk about something I installed the other day, which is this light. It's a wooden panel, finished, I think it's leather or leatherette, which is quite nice. The beige colour that matches the beige of the van, and in there is an LED light strip. You can just about work it out there. So it's an LED light strip, and then that is an on-off and dimmable switch. Goes up there and fits in perfectly snugly like that. How cool is that? So if you are wondering where this light strip came from, where I got it, on Instagram they're called Voyage Adventure Vans. So I'll link them down below. But yeah, they build vans out and obviously produce all this stuff as well. So pretty cool. So this has been an area of the van that's been quite dark. I've been thinking what to do about this as well. And that is quite bright. Ooh, dim that down a little bit. I'm just, yeah, I'm impressed that something went well for a change. It looks great. And I don't have to take it back out. Speaking of lights, I've installed a couple more lights. Obviously now I've got the van back together, having stripped it all apart, taken all the ecoflow stuff out now, so it's all gone. All the new cables have gone in, all the B2B stuff, so yeah, it's all gone back in again. So it's an interesting concept of taking it all out, putting it all back together again, but it's done now. And I thought while I was doing that I'd finish off a few other things as well. So we've got a light in there. Oh yeah, that's quite cool as well. They do red. Pretty cool actually. It's good for night essentially, or if you want to put a light on when you're driving around. But yeah, touch lights in the toilet, and they also dim. So yeah, really like them. It's just a way of me getting around the fact that I cabled up the van around the ecoflow, remote panel, remote switching of everything, so I had no light switches essentially. So I've gone for lights now that I've got switches on the lights, so just touch sensitive lights or little rocker switches on them or whatever, and that allows me to get around the fact that I don't want to start putting switches and everything like that where otherwise on a normal install you perhaps would. But yeah, I'm quite happy now that things are progressing in the fact that everything's back together. It's feeling more like I'm getting somewhere now. I've done all the heating ducts and everything, so that goes through the toilet and back. So yeah, we're just going to have a quick look in the boot, see what's going on there. The garage. What do you call it, a boot or garage? Let me know in the comments section down below. Forgive the mess. I am absolutely still working on this. So it's yet to all be done. Currently I'm just messing around with the new inverter charger. So everything is actually still being powered off that Affairi. So I am going to hit it right in the slap bang in the middle of all the questions. Right, why am I using this Affairi one and not an ecoflow one? Is it because I don't like ecoflow, or I'm trying to do something against them? No, If you watch the video, it's very clear I'm using this because it's got a high amp connection on there, so that's where I can run everything on it. That's it, end of. Did ecoflow pay me to shut me up or say something that I didn't want to say? No. If you know me, you'd know what a stupid question that is. Have I got my Renogy stuff for free? No. If you ever meet me, I can show you my eBay and freaking Amazon baskets where I bought them all from. I'll tell you one thing though, that is a beast. I think that weighs more than the freaking batteries. And I have weighed everything against the ecoflow stuff. And it's around about 12.5 kilos lighter to have all these separates than the ecoflow stuff. But my power is about 10% down. So obviously the other system was 6 kilowatt hours of power. This is about 540-ish, something like that. This is a good one actually, because I didn't have a consumer unit. So I've utilised this consumer unit, which is like a camping one, which goes to a normal kind of, you know, the round 3-pin outlet at a campsite to this RCD protected 3-pin plugs. So this is wired to the output of my inverter. And then the other end of this, which is there, that, the cut-off end, if you like, goes to the input. So I can just go to a campsite, plug it in. I'll just keep that coiled up in the back here somewhere. So if I get to a campsite, I can do that. And then if I want to plug into a 3-pin plug, I can just get the little adapter that goes on to the 3-pin plug. Well, it's taken a few days to get going, but we got there in the end. So we now have the new black, or the new blue, which is black. So we've got Renogy 200 amp hour batteries, 2 of them, Bluetooth. 60 amp hour MPPT Renogy Rover, a 50 amp B2B, and also solar controller. That one I'm going to hook up my portable panel to. That one is hooked up to my roof panel right now. And then we've got a 3 kilowatt Renogy inverter charger as well. So it's a 75 amp charger. So like now when I'm hooked up to the mains, it's charging my batteries at 75 amps. But as soon as I unhook that, the charger shuts down, it automatically switches over and becomes the inverter. So if you're on site and you're hooked in, it actually doesn't really use, it just basically switches straight through into my consumer unit, which is plugged into the circuits in the van. And then as soon as you unplug the site electric, wherever you are, it then turns to the batteries for 12 volts to then use the inverter to power everything in the van. So there's no messing around with auto switchovers or anything like that with power. It does it all for it. And yeah, pretty impressed with that. I've obviously done some bodging because there is obviously that's the access panel to get in the back, and that was where the distribution panel was before for the ecoflow system. So that's the only sort of negative thing that's left behind that. But ultimately I've saved a little bit of weight. Yes, fair enough, it's not quite as neat, but it's working and it's all fine. Do need to put the covers on the bus bars there, but yeah, very happy with it. And it's just nice to have an electric system back in the van that's, you know, that's working fine and okay. So it's been a fair few days of hard work, bit of vinyl recoating, bit of jiggery pokery, getting everything back in and taking it out and blah 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 blah. But we got there, so we're now fully powered. Everything's working okay. In fact, everything's working far better now than it did before. So it's about 0.6 of a volt lower output from all the Renogy gear than it was on the ecoflow. And my fridges, fridge and freezer, are now much quieter and performing much better. My lights don't flicker as much, and the batteries, although they are far less power, are lasting much longer. So I'm a happy bunny with everything, absolutely. But obviously in a month or two's time, I'll give you a full breakdown of the Renogy stuff and exactly which models of everything I've got and how it's working out and everything, stats and all that kind of stuff. But for now, I shall see you at the NEC if you're going to be there next week, and if not, then yeah, I'll catch you back on the videos. Take care, guys. Have a good weekend. Bye.